Olamide. Olamide, yeah?
Olamide.
Olamide. Olamide.
Yeah. Yes, Joshua.
Olamide Otasanya. Wait, Atos? I barely even say my own name right. Come on. Oh, wait. Otasanya. Otasanya?
You literally tried. You tried. Like, yeah, you're on point.
This is exactly why I need to come to Africa and just spend like 3 years so I can learn how to pronounce the names correctly. It's so embarrassing because I sincerely, like, I loved like getting to meet you and collaborate and like see what you're all about. Like, I love it, and I feel so disrespectful that I can't pronounce the names right. But I'm serious. I barely pronounce English names correctly, and I'm from America. Like, it's so embarrassing. Listen, first of all, this is going to be a really, really exciting project. You were the first interview of many that we're going to be doing with the board members of Hult Prize and the key executives from this organization to get their stories out to the world. And, you know, my first time working with Hult Prize was last year, just being a sponsor and offering some mentorship. But that's when I first got introduced to what Hult Prize Nigeria was all about. And it, like, my family, like, we're all invested in this because we really believe in the work that you're doing. So when I was asked to join the board, it was a huge, huge honor for me because I believe in the work that you're doing. And I believe that Nigeria is going to do something so impactful, not just for Africa, not just for Nigeria, but for the whole world. And so starting with you, interviewing you today is going to be a glimpse of why that is. So I'm truly honored to have you here.
Thank you very much, Joshua. It's our pleasure. And then we see what you do also. And that is what we leverage on to be like, you are very passionate. And then we are really proud of what you're doing. That's why we have you on board. Thank you very much, Joshua.
Thank you, brother. All right. You ready for your questions?
Yes, I am.
I'm excited to get to know you with everyone else, man. So we're going to start here. So your career, it began in financing and accounting, a world of numbers and structure. Now you're a leader in social impact. Can you take us back to the moment you realized your purpose was bigger than the balance sheet?
All right. Thank you very much, Joshua, for that. So the first thing, when I was growing up, I grew up in a family that do not have, we need to struggle for us to make a life. Before you could go to school, you need to put in the work before they approve your schooling. After you finish high school, before you further your education, you need to work so that you can raise funds. And then there is this lot of ignorance that happens there, that they don't know what happens in the global space. So when I came across Hult Prize, because it has always been my own very passion to make social impact in every environment, most especially SDG 4, because I know I lacked it when I was growing up. It was not enough for me to have scaled through some provisions. So during this process, I already became a chartered accountant in Nigeria. And then I was like, how can I make this impact? How can I do this? Then I realized that you making social impact is totally different from a professional career in your growth, how you want it to be. And you can actually also make it work. That is when I now start, okay, how can I make this social impact? I joined Hult Prize in 2022 as a startup coordinator. Then I realized that a lot of people have brilliant ideas. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to talk about. The way they implement things, the way they talk about they are using electricity to generate solar power to generate electricity. The way they will tell you how they are using the same electricity for like a boss. Listening to all these kind of different business ideas, but they do not have financial sponsorships. Right. They could not try to bring it out. And how can we do that? So leverage on Hult Prize, organize this on-campus program, events, connect them with different expertise, and bringing them for them to make this impact. These people talk to them. And now when we now start seeing results, that we start seeing some people establishing this business, it is not like a great joy. You feel accomplished when you know that the major reason why you joined this organization is to make sure you are making social impact and you are solving a particular SDG and you are seeing the result of this SDG being solved. It gives you this confidence, it gives you this accomplishment that you have put in effort. For the accounting, and then I'm still practicing it. I'm still like working in like a financial services. So that one, it's just like my normal day activities to build up myself and to be able to catch up with the professional trend that is going on, where I can also try to make it a contribution to these people. Because once the startups now become big, they need an accountant, they need a business strategy person, they need somebody who is professionally inclined about what the standard regulatory body entails and how they can do it so that they can be able to maintain their books, the profit and loss is not being tampered, the investors have confidence in their own statement of performance.
Very good. You were described as a dynamic leader and a social impact advocate. If you had to choose one word that you feel truly captures your personal why, what would it be and why?
I'm seen as like a dynamic leader. The major reason why I am tagged with that word is because of my empathetic spirit. Anytime I'm in a meeting or I am having a conversation with either volunteers or the people that they are competing, I try to put myself in their shoe. I try to know the number of stress, the effort these people have put in. I try to see what they are looking for. And that is why most times when I was in on-campus program, that was why I was able to win that award as a Sub-Saharan Program of the Year. Because I felt this startup. I felt it could have been me. These people have ideas and we are saddled with the responsibility to match them with experts, to match them with investors, to let us announce what they are doing. I feel them and I was able to pass it across. I could not even, sometimes I would just schedule a call and try to be like, how can we help these startups grow? Even after the competition, I realized that a lot of people do not have information about this. We visited primary schools, we visited secondary schools just to talk about social entrepreneurship and how these people can make social impact from their own rightful air. I tell them my story that I too, I was once in this space and we are doing it. It is what you can do. You should be optimistic. You should not see that after these, your secondary school activities, it has come to an end. You should know that there is a lot for you ahead there and there is a way for you to achieve it. And when people now complain to me about, oh, they are currently facing these challenges, I don't just listen to the challenges. I put myself in the shoe so that I can relate how these challenges are being held. That is the best way for me to now come up with different solutions that we can actually use to tackle this challenge so that it would not affect the growth and it would not affect what we are not supposed to do.
Very good. If you could have a conversation with your younger self, just starting out at the university, what's the one piece of advice that you'd give yourself about the journey ahead?
The one piece of advice I would give myself is never give up. Joshua, I would say never give up. I could tell you that everything I have laid my hands on, it might take longer period. Delay is never a denier, but I always get a positive result. I always ensure that the result comes true. I can give you an example because I remember there was a time when I was very young. I never knew I would go to university. It was looking at the university is not possible. But because I finished high school in 2015, and then I entered university in 2019. Those 4 years, there are a lot of challenges that have come through that we need to process. But the one part thing is that I hold on to is never give up. Never give up. I got into university. I was challenged that, oh, can you do this? there are a lot of questioning mind. People would ask you, "Are you sure?" Hey, Joshua, can you hear me?
Yeah. I trimmer
Oh,
sometimes, so that's what it is. It's
okay.
distracting. I
So as I was
apologize.
saying,
I can't help it.
all right. No,
Go ahead.
okay.
Continue.
So as I was saying, when I was about to enter university, I was about to choose a school. I faced like they'd be like, "Are you sure this school is going to offer you admission?" I tried my luck. I got it in. I was about to start this Institute of Chartered Accountant of Nigeria examination. They told me, "Are you sure this exam is meant for you?" I did it. I passed. When I was about to become the campus director, a lot of questioning mind came in. Are you sure you can handle this role? Are you sure you can handle this leadership role? It's difficult. There are always things for it. Nobody at University of Ilorin, before you can, because it's a federal university, only private universities get opportunities for partnerships, sponsorships. No, I broke the record. The school got involved with the Hult Prize in our school. Different other stakeholders, the government ministry in Kwara State also get involved in the Hult Prize program. So the always work that we always capitalize on is never give up.
Love it. For our global audience who may not be familiar with the Hult Prize, can you paint a picture of its significance? What is the spirit of the Hult Prize in Nigeria?
Oh, okay. So Hult Prize in Nigeria is we look beyond the social entrepreneurship, picking the top one startup that will be representing Nigeria at the global stage for the next stage of the competition. At Hult Prize Nigeria, we want to see these brilliant ideas they are coming up with getting implementation. We want to see the result of these startups that are coming with their own beautiful ideas, or they've started their own business or their social entrepreneurship already, how we can try to put all our effort to ensure this thing works perfectly well for them. We try to not just leave them alone. We connect them with experts. For example, we reached out to you because we know we need you. These people need motivation. They need to see those that have a lot of expertise, years of experience, that they can come on board and they can put in their own experience into these people in order for their growth. A man with no mentor cannot grow. The growth will be very low. We always have research has proven it. We will always have like 3% out of 100%, out of 3 out of 100 for a man with no mentor to move faster in climbing ladder. And we are already aware of this, and we needed to make the provision for it. We want to solve the sustainable development goals. We want to print out what are the current challenges that we are currently facing in our country. How can we go about it? What are the medium we can use to solve this challenge? We want to go beyond that. We are only organizing a competition. We want to see it as a family having a very strategic long-term planning, whereby in the next 5 years, you would remember that, yes, you started from Hult Prize Nigeria and you are doing it. And thanks to the Hult Prize organizing team, thanks to the board of governors of the Hult Prize Nigeria, they are the one that have made you to have made this long progress in your career, in your business, in your idea. They changed the narrative for you. That is one thing Hult Prize Nigeria is passionate about. We look beyond the $1 million challenge, global final challenge.
Yes. Oh, so good. Such a great answer. I love that. So you were the first Nigerian to win the Sub-Saharan Program of the Year and ranked in the top 7 globally. Can you share the story behind that achievement and what it meant to you and your country?
Okay. Thank you very much, Joshua. In 2023, the previous campus director at Hult Prize University of Ilorin reached out to me that she wants to recommend me to become the next campus director in the school. Because of what she has seen in me, she saw something and she feels like I have the energy. I have the I have the power. The power is in me that I can handle it. Though first of all, when I heard about the Hult Prize, I did my full research. What is it about? And then it's a volunteering organization. They organize the $1 million challenge. Okay, I've seen it. How do they now put impact on us, we that we are in the university, what are what are the opportunities they are laying ground for us. Then I realized that it's like a platform. Then after realizing it's a platform, what we mostly need in this our country is a platform. And then I was like, now I have the platform. When I speak as Hult Prize or University of Ilorin. When I visit people, I don't see myself again. I see myself as Hult Prize University, and I leverage on it. I came up with a strategy. I came up with research with my team. Then we did segregation of duties. Okay, we need to cover this. This is how we can make impact with these startups. When we look beyond what we are the task we have been given to, we look in depth. We try to provide solution to each problem that is currently available. You will get seen. That's the best word that we use. You would get seen. We had different lots of late night calls, developing different strategies, because it's a very big problem in securing sponsorships as an undergraduate for hosting that kind of competition. So I look beyond that, attend different seminar conferences, leverage on social media, reaching out to experts, to investors, to sponsors, to judges, for them to know about us. And what story do I used to tell these people? I tell them about our beautiful startups. I tell them about their idea, their sharpening, lightning ideas. And with this effort, I was able to rally around the universities also, to let the university member to be aware about this competition that is coming up, to give them that motivation that you can do it. Because when they hear about the $1 million challenge, they are very conscious about it, that what does it take to get to the stage of the final round. They were looking at the competition that it is not achievable. But no, I was like, don't worry. This is not about the competition. This is about you putting an effort and getting a result. Look beyond this $1 million. Look at the people you are going to meet during this event. Look at the people that are going to impact to you, the mentor you'll be able to secure. You can be able to secure financial sponsorships. So after we've done all these things, we were able to convince startups. We have a large number of startups that applied to compete for this competition that year. That process, and we do not want to waste their effort, because one thing I always do is that I always try to appreciate every human effort I see. I ensure that everything is being recognized and being seen, because if they are not seen, their sense of responsibility might reduce. So I ensure this startup sees this Hult Prize University of Ilorin as a family where they can tell us about their problem they are facing. If it is a way that we can provide solution, we will try to dig deep and try to give them solution. If it is beyond us, we'll look forward to experts that we can reach out to that can assist us in getting them solution. For brands, organizations, we try to look at their problems towards the studentship area and how we can provide solutions to them. We were able to match up everybody's needs with what they want. And with the result of that, Hult Prize Global, they saw this work. Then we got nominated. Also, I told you earlier, we visited schools, primary schools and secondary school, where we reach out to them about the social entrepreneurship world. We share reading materials, academic, educational materials. We shared it to this. We hosted a very beautiful event, and we were able to offer some prices to our top 3. This also now standard, and then we also try to connect them with experts for scholarships, mentorships, opportunity. And then with all these things, this speaks for us, and this is one of the things that the Hult Prize Global noticed about us, that no, our event is very special and has become an exceptional result and become the first Nigerian not just to get nominated for the award and to win the award.
Well done. What is the most common misconception people have about the young innovators you work with, and what is the reality?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. The most misconception people have about the young innovators is that they want to make money quick. They want to make money quick. They are not ready to devote a lot of times into what they are doing, going through stress to ensure that what they are doing comes in live. And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful lie. You don't know. We have, for every decision we make, for every ideas they are about to give them, there are always factors around it. There are factors that influences this decision. Sometimes I myself, I might be an innovator, and I am in a family of whereby I need to also look for other means to survive every single day. Some of these people, they do not, we only see what they are doing. We need to also be putting these factors around it into consideration before we can try to speak about results. I have seen a young innovator. I could use Abiyamo as an example. That young innovator will try to look for a way in getting a normal means of surviving in the university.
Right.
As other challenges that they need to cater for. And with these challenges, financial challenges, constraints are there. They do not just need, and then these people will still dedicate their night in doing things they could get through their system, but there are some activities that are beyond helpless, that are beyond them to do, and it is financial constraints. When they are building their prototype will cost a huge amount of money, and these people try to raise capital, and the fund they were raising was not up to 30% of what they are building. So they needed support. They need human support. They needed to be seen. And that is one of the very good opportunity that we did for them at the university. We connect them with the people that can see them, and they gave them this financial support. Sometimes advice is not enough to move an idea. Sometimes we need more than advice support. We need financial support. Sometimes they need physical support. Sometimes they need to be seen that, yes, they are not doing it the wrong way. And then these young innovators, they have different challenges they are facing. People are really scared. It's a very high risk portfolio. You saying you want to venture into startups, very, very high risk. And because it's very high risk, people, society, family, they are dragging you down because they want to see immediate result of that person.
True.
And that period that person is trying to create an immediate result for them is still working on innovative ideas that need a lot of commitment, financial commitment, time and everything. But because this society that we belong in, that is unfair to us, this family problem that we have, they won't see that other side. They see it as a waste of time. Dedicating waste of time where you are supposed to go out there to go and look for a job. They want you to go and start hustling and bring money that you can use to support your family. Well, they don't see the skills. They prefer to invest in you, that go and apply for a job. We can help you on that. Not that you are saying that you have a vision, you are working, you have this beautiful idea. Your idea, we in Africa here, most of beautiful ideas are always debunked because they do not have the financial commitment to carry it out. This has caused a lot of problems, and this is what people are still talking about. But do they look inside? For example, I can tell you, there was a time I had this one very beautiful idea of mine, and then when I tried to do my financial analysis, I realized that I need to pay for this, I need to pay for that, and then there is no source of income that is coming. And this beautiful idea that I want to implement needs financial support. And before I could get this done, before I could reach out to people that are outside using leverage, they need to see results. I can't just come to Joshua and be like, "Hi Joshua, I am currently working on something." You want to see results. That what have you been working on? What is it on the ground? And that particular thing that we need to work on might even need financial support. But external people would not want to jump on that task because it's high risk for them. Family and society that's supposed to now support you in bringing your vision to life will not want to, because they are comparing you to someone other person that have applied for a job that is working, and they expect you to do that. Now, once you are able to raise enough capital for yourself, after you have long years of experience, you can now come back to your beautiful idea and do the supporting yourself. And by that time is going. The idea you have now, in the next 5 years, another person would have a better idea of that particular version idea that you have, and they will implement it. And you will realize that I had this idea some years ago. I was unable to do it. It will now be like a pain in your heart, and they will ask you, why don't you do it? Who would you tell that you do not have the proof that you wanted to achieve what you want to do? That's the major reality of life here.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to change. So, what is the most innovative or surprising solution to a global problem you've seen come from a young Nigerian innovator through the Hult Prize?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I have seen a lot of beautiful ideas that people have put in place, but I see some as exceptionals. I saw a startup that is using waste nylon, that's like a waste nylon, to make bricks. They use nylon, like a used nylon, gathered together to make bricks that is used to construct houses. I've seen people that do recycling of waste product and they turn it to a usable activity. And then I also have this Apex Health Tech. They use solar to do incubator. They understand that we here in Nigeria, we used to have a lot of electricity problem. Sometimes you can come and you can get stuck in elevator and they will tell you what happened. Lights, there is no light. And it will take the organization it will take them like few minutes in order to put on their own generator in order to power up the electricity there. We've had issue of loss of babies, loss of this thing because they do not have enough electricity for the incubator they are doing. I saw these innovative student ideas. They utilize solar power, they connect it together to build an incubator that you can put a born baby inside it for a particular period of time. Wow. I have seen different ideas. I could tell somebody that is trying to use a used cloth for a fashion redesigning and try to place it on different design they can do into the fashion world. Should we talk about those that are trying to use electricity also for electricity boards that will solve campus problem from moving from one errand to another errand? I have seen a lot of different ideas from different institutions, or those that are also trying to leverage on technology for real estate, and then for them to avoid a market penetration. And they are trying to do a market penetration into the markets. I am telling you, I've seen different ideas and they are very mind-blowing. And then what about the pharma being that they leverage their own in technology into pharmacy and how they can change it in revamping around. I'm coming. I want to
say again. Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said I've seen people that they try to tackle the pharmaceutical waste pollution in Nigeria through safe disposal, recycling, and public education.
You said pharmaceutical waste, yes? Pharmaceutical?
Yeah? What, can you hear me?
Are you saying pharmaceutical waste?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, sorry, keep going.
And then I want to talk about this the pharma being what do they do? They tackle pharmaceutical waste pollution in Nigeria through safe disposal, recycling, and public education. They try to educate people about what you can do with a waste pollution instead of this different kind of news. I'm coming. I want to I'm trying to give you a full details of Zero Zone.
Okay. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about is pharmaceutical waste. And a lot of the countries where the drugs are made or where they do trials and things like that, that the waste of these vaccines are dangerous. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Are you looking something up right now?
Yes, I'm looking for Zero Zone. Their brilliant idea that they came to present.
Well, let's go to the next question.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. We can plug those in the notes afterwards.
Okay.
So I want to know, you're really passionate about leveraging innovation, finance, and entrepreneurship. If you had to pick one of these three as the most critical for Africa's future right now, what would it be and why?
Innovation.
Talk about that.
Innovation. It is, I will pick innovation. Why do I pick innovation? For example, most of the new things we have currently working, we being able to have this video call do not exist some years ago, is because of somebody innovated. This electricity, the utilization of microphone for better communication across a opportunity where you can discuss with different people from different country. These are kind of innovations, and I would always pick them because that is how to change the world. That is how to make life easy for people. A lot of people now, they prefer they prefer to be in their own comfort zone and get some result of what they want. And who can get them done for them is innovation. Who could ever tell us that now we are going to have we can have a conveyor, we can try to move around our area without seeing the person. In the olden days, then I remember if my grandfather, anytime we are using phone and I tell him that I am currently working on this phone, he doesn't believe that, because during his time, what phone is only meant for is only for receiving calls and dropping calls and sending a text message. But now we can do a lot of things through our telephone, and there are different people that come up with this idea that bring it up. What about the other startups that they have these things that, okay, they realize that once we are working on a particular project, if you cannot do this, can take you like a longer period of time, and then they try to cut it off by providing like a power automation. Without innovations, all these things cannot work. I always bring up innovations to come up.
Excellent. If you had the attention of every single world leader for 5 minutes, what would you tell them about the untapped potential of Africa's youth?
Sorry, can you come again?
If you had the attention of every world leader for 5 minutes, in other words, all the world leaders from all over the world, Russia, China, the United States, Spain, Mexico, everywhere, if you had their attention, what would you tell them about the untapped potential of Africa's youth?
I want to gather my thoughts.
Let me ask you a different way.
Okay.
Because most of the world doesn't really know anything about Africa, especially, in America, especially. America does not know much about Africa. We only know what we see on TV, which is bullcrap. We only hear from our media. We don't get the truth. We have a Hollywood that makes the movies about Africa, doesn't tell the truth. So no one really knows anything about Africa or its youth. In fact, I'll give you an example. You can go through my X, which used to be Twitter feed, and I talk about Africa when people talk about the next world power, the next dominant continent, the next, the next country to rise. I always talk about African nations, and people laugh at me because they don't know what's really happening in Africa. So why should the world pay attention to the youth of Africa? Why should people care about what is happening in Africa, and why should resources come there? Talk about that. Why, like the youth that have so much to offer there, tell the world about it.
Okay, thank you very much, Joshua. Africa owns 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land, and then the youngest population on earth and the fastest growing digital adoption rate comes from Africa. If we try to do like a schedule in the next 2050, 1 in 4 people in the planet will be Africa. Because if we can get people to put in their effort in investment in infrastructure that connects rural opportunity with global market, it will be a very privilege and a good thing for Africa. In Nigeria here, we have different African products that are being produced in the rural area, but the transportation, there is always a transportation issue because it is a very high risk profile investment in agriculture. Let's talk about financing for innovations and green energy that leapfrog old models, and also the education and talent plans that prepare Africans youth not just for the economy and also for tomorrow. I believe all these three major things I have mentioned here: the investment in the infrastructure, financing innovation for innovations, and education and talent pipelines. There are Africans that are passionate in bringing things to reality. They want to see, they imagine what can happen when Africans ingenuine meet global capital with their shared intent. Clean energy corridors, with fintech revolution. That one is very popular now in Lagos. You can see the story. We can even use Money Points to do an example. Area of concentration here. How Money Points grew also from Nigeria now everywhere in the United Kingdom and other stuffs like that. So I believe here in Africa, there are a lot of visions, there are a lot of plans, there are a lot of brilliant things people are looking at in different industry. But what is hiding it? There is no support. There is no life support to bring it up to life. There is no physical. Most people now, if you are not, they need to see you before they get the help you want. We have gotten to a stage whereby if you do not know this person, you do not know this thing, you are not relatable, the support cannot come for you. There is no support. Ideas are dying every day. People's thinking, people's faculty are diminishing every day because they lose motivation in order to carry out what they have. A lot of people have brilliant ideas about different industries. Is it fintech industries? We look at sales and manufacturing, different industries, but all these ideas cannot be implemented because there is no support to back them up. The regulations is, it's possible for different people to be like, we want to raise GoFundMe for a particular dream to venture into it. It is not possible here in Nigeria. You cannot say because you are working on a project, you have to go for different investors meeting, convince them, try to pitch everything. And if you are not yet known, they will not consider you. They see it as high risk profile. Most people, they don't want to take any risk in any ideas that is coming up. They prefer you to have taken that idea from your own ideation stage to final stage before you could reach out. And these people do not have the power to do that. Automatically, the idea dies. These are the things that we can see. Different people, we have different plans. We have people that have looked around this infrastructuring world and they be like, oh, what if this is being done the other way? And people will say, then you do it. They tell you, you do it. And you that you have this idea, you don't have anything to bring it up. And these people that you feel they could actually support you, you let them know about this dream, but you are not related to them because you are not their family, you are not related to them, there is no relationship with them. They won't believe in you. When they will now start believing in you is when they now start seeing the results. And how can you bring these results to come life if you do not have support? How can you bring these results to come into life if there is nobody for you to back on? That is why you always see that most, especially those in the rural area, that they have the idea. Most of the ideas would always, get diminished, and they won't be able to carry it out. They won't be able to implement it because there is nothing backing them up of their beautiful idea to come into life.
Yeah. Once Africa gets the infrastructure, I think a lot of that's going to change because of the accessibility to the different technology and other things. However, until there's steady internet and electricity throughout Africa, that's going to be very tough. Isn't that changing though? Isn't the infrastructure coming?
What?
The infrastructure for the solid internet, better electricity, that kind of thing. Isn't that coming? Isn't that being developed?
So currently, the issue of electricity here, if you are in an urban area, you would not notice because they have electricity, they have this infrastructure. Some of this area, not all, they have all these things, and the people that could actually bring dreams to life, they live in this kind of environment that they do not know that they exist. But in a local environment, a rural environment, whereby they struggle to get water to drink, whereby they struggle to get water to have their bed to cook, they don't have all these things. There is no infrastructure, there is no electricity, the roads are not even being mapped where anybody can come. Imagine the foreigners, if they are to visit, they would not take them to this area because these areas are kept as unseen area. And this is where a lot of business transactions are being done. This is where they bring out crops that they have been planted, they bring it to the city to sell. This is where these people have brought up different things, productions, animal productions and all these things, but they do not have opportunity for all this. Lot of villages, you would go to some villages they've never experienced. If they could have electricity for 30 minutes, it will be like a very big miracle to them.
Wow.
Imagine you living in that kind of environment. We imagine that we want to have this conversation. Ideas die every single day when these productivities are not being met. These people, they don't have opportunity for all these things. You would now see them. Let me tell you what they do. They gather together. They visit a particular house, the rich house there. That one would have a small generator, and that is what that one would on. And that is where most people will now plug their phones to charge. Yeah. The only thing that could come to their head is they can actually just charge their phone to communicate once their people, their family, they leave the city to the urban area so that they can be able to communicate with them. Other opportunities that comes with electricity cannot be done because they do not have it. Provision of solar, the solar that is now available, solar is now very expensive. Because now, if you ask people that, why don't they have solar now, because it is now popularly known and now popularly used, they are now very expensive. You will now see the solar that they would have, it would only allow them to have light. They can only use it to turn on their lights to do things in the dark period. But there are some activities that I believe they could have done with this thing for business transactions. They cannot do it. These people do not know anything that is called Instagram. These people do not know anything that is called, if they are to be, they will be later on Facebook. They don't know the function of LinkedIn. Because of what? They don't have access to it. Is this somebody that is struggles, go to the farm in the morning or go to the market in the morning, try to make a living for his own children or our children, and then once they return back, they go, those ones too, when they grow up, they also follow the same routes. Because they barely see people that actually go to school and succeed. When these people, any of them that go to that go to school, once they finish their secondary school, they do not have the financial support to further more. And from there, they stop going to school. They try to look for other skills to do. And with the process of them looking for other skills to do, factors that influence growth comes into their life. And when these factors that influences growth comes to them, then that is when you now see that they don't think vision. The vision is dying. Mm-hmm. What they just want to do is to get married, reproduce. When they give birth, life, the circles to continue. That one to get to a particular stage. Because that one has never been to the city. That one have never been outside to see other people, that there are thousands of opportunities out there. And that is what this Hult Prize is made for us to be able to let them be seen, for them to be able to know that there are this particular set of human beings, they do exist.
So good. So good. So the name of this podcast is The Legacy Architect. When you think of the word legacy, what does it mean to you personally?
Sorry, I think I had network issue.
The name of this podcast, The Legacy Architect. When you think of the word legacy, what does it mean to you personally?
So, to me, being a legacy architect means building something that outlives me, something that empowers others to dream bigger act bolder, and believe that change is possible. It's not about titles or recognition. It's about creating systems and opportunities that continue to inspire people after I'm gone. I believe the word architect, the legacy architect, we journey with Hult Prize, that legacy isn't built in isolation. It's built through people. When I saw students across Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa in the whole world together to solve real problems, then I realized that my purpose is to help young minds believe that their idea matters. So my legacy is to architect platform in education, innovation, and social entrepreneurships that helps people to build theirs. I want to be remembered as someone who doesn't just chase success, but someone who chases pathways for others to succeed too. So to me, it is not just about the word, it is about getting it done and leaving it for other people to leverage on.
Amen. That was good. All right. So outside of your incredible work, what is something that you're deeply passionate about? Something that you're deeply passionate about that might surprise people?
So there is one particular thing that I am very, very passionate about that, would I say really surprised? Okay, can it? Is if I have the chance to venture into the education sector, I really do not mind considering it. If I have the mind to, if I have the chance and the opportunity to venture into the education sector, I do not mind. I will jump on it. Why? Because I saw a lot of challenges that I faced from moving from one particular stage to another particular stage, and I know I have seen opportunities out there that they are available, but this set of people that actually needs this opportunity do not have the opportunity to meet it. These people that they are actually should be concerned why this opportunity is being created, they are not getting this opportunity. The people that are getting this opportunity are the people that have a very good livelihood, that the opportunity would just be like an additional point to them. But the major people that, if they are privileged to have it, it will solve that particular problem. And this can be like a long life thing for them. They are not getting that opportunity. Scholarship opportunities, education awareness, the people that are getting it, they are judged by being smart. Why these people that are meant to be smart, they do not have this opportunity to go through thorough reading. These people that are going through thorough reading, that are winning scholarships for their own pre-admission into federal universities, they are the people that if you go and do your deep research about them, they have a very good education from the start. Their primary education is very strong, is on a strong knowledge. They have a very good primary education, a very good secondary education, and you are telling them that, and these people too, they are the serious ones, and you telling me that they won't be able to get it. But what of those people that do not have this good primary education? The mother is always out there hawking around the society, selling things, and then for them to be able to make 1,000 naira for them that they will use to survive for 2 days, the woman need to hawk from one particular area to a particular axis. The children to need to support to hawk that same particular product from particular area to particular axis. These are the people that need this scholarship. These are the people that need this help. But they are not being heard. They are not seen. Because of what? You set them a standard examination. The standard education that they do not have privilege to, you tell them because they could not pass it. Unfortunately, they do not meet up with the criteria. And these are the people that they don't have this opportunity for this standard primary school education. They do not have this opportunity for this standard secondary school education. They have the only school they could afford, the school they could afford. They are not going through the thorough process of learning. The only learning you see in them is informal. These are the people you would even notice it. When they see you, they have this, they don't have, I could tell you there was a time when I was growing up, I don't have this confidence. I have this self-intimidation. Once I see someone else and I see that you speak good English, I have it at the back of my mind that you are bigger than me, you are better than me, you are the better version of me. I am not needed in this particular environment. These are the people that need this opportunity. These are the people that need this education opportunity. They are not being seen. They are not being heard. But they give this opportunity because, oh, this person is the overall best student, is the overall best. They give them this opportunity and they leverage on it. And these people you are giving this opportunity, they have a very good standard. Their foundations are well placed. What happened to those that foundations are not well placed? Are you telling me they don't have anything upstairs? Have you tried to provide them food? Have you tried to provide them good accommodation? Have you tried to provide them a very sensitive of learning that they could stay for a particular period of time? Set them, then give them that same exam. Let them go through it. Do they tell you that they won't do well? They don't have opportunity to all these factors that brings a beautiful ideas, that brings this particular product we are looking for. We need to start considering factors that influences a particular situations. We need to start looking at all these factors that why this person is acting like this, why this person is unable to perform this. Nobody is there. There is a Yoruba word they used to say, nobody is olodo. Olodo means nobody is a dullard. Social media has proved us wrong. We can see it now on social media. People that they don't have any achievement, academic excellence, or anything, you can now see them. They are content creators. They are doing with influencers. They are doing parade, fashion, and all this. And these people are the people that they are not smart. So social media have proven us wrong that these people, they are very useful. These people have a lot of things upstairs if they are being given the opportunity to have it at a particular stage.
Yeah. Man, I love your passion so much. You say I'm a passionate guy. You're passionate too. I want to give you the opportunity to have the last word. There's no question here, but if you want to share your social medias, if you have a business you want to promote, or if there's something on your heart that you want to share, you get the final word.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. So my last word I would just say is at Hult Prize Nigeria, what I know that we are passionate about is we want to bridge the gap between what people want and what are they having. We want to bridge the gap between we should have been able to do this, but these are the factors that surround it that could not make it happen. We want to solicit for support anywhere, around the globe. Let them be seen. Let these startups be motivated. Let them have the opportunity at hand. First, let them know that ideas can come to reality with nothing. Let them know that somebody that has a beautiful idea but do not have financial support to begin it with a starting stage, they can get it. Let them be seen. Let them be heard. That is my last word. Thank you very much, Joshua.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Yes, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, brother.